Hi, friends. Hi. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. What's going on? Mm. Vex, hello, hello. How are you, my friend? How was your day? I'm just gonna turn on the music real quick. It's gonna be in my usual playlist, so the songs might not always fit the vibe, but it'll help me relax a little bit. So that's what I need. Because I'm nervous as hell. Hi. Hello, hello. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Had a good day at work. Had a nice day at work. I was about to give details, but I don't want to give too many details because doxing. How about you, Vex? Totally get that? Hell yeah. Oh, real quick. I messed around with some of my mic settings to try in an effort to try to prevent any future eardrum bleeding moments, specifically in Discord calls, and I don't know how it affected anything here. So, if anything's thrown off, please let me know. Like, if you can't hear me as well as you could have before, please let me know. If I need to turn down the music, please let me know. But, yeah. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm very nervous about this. Um, I've been open about this in like bits and pieces. Like y'all think he sounds fine? Thank you. Um, I've been open about this in bits and pieces, but I've never like dedicated. Like I've known this about myself for almost exactly a year now. I don't remember the exact day off the top of my head, but it was definitely around this time of year last year. I've never really dedicated a set time where my goal is to talk about this, you know? It feels weird. It feels really weird. Alright, I've got the time command set up. I've got the manual command set up. Love it, love it, love it. Oh. You know, one thing I can show you that's not related to that, to uh, I don't remember exactly who it was off the top of my head, but an incredibly generous buddy was kind enough to go to my throne page and order the tablet that was on there. That I kind of put it on there kind of tongue in cheek with a comment saying that if I get this, then LK better teach me how to draw so that people might recognize what I'm drawing every now and then. But yeah, someone was very generous and picked it up, and yeah, it was very sweet of them. I'm still kind of speechless about it, even though I'm talking about it. Whatever. But look what I figured out how to do today. Look what I figured out how to do today. I figured out how to get it showing. I'm very happy with figuring out how to get it showing. And I and this game is pretty much what I've been doing with my tablet so far. I am not ashamed. High school me on my high school lent iPad would be very proud that I was still playing this game. Well, I say still, but play I played it in high school and then I re-downloaded it like 2 days ago. This is the first time I've been playing it since then. But I'm addicted again, y'all. Like, I knew I wanted to play something where there was like really no penalty for like looking away from it for a little bit. Like I could easily look at the chat and read what I need to read, however long I need to read it, and I know that the game's not affected. So that's why we're playing this. I know I said Rocket League before, but Rocket League has like time limits and teammates and idle booting, and that's not what I need today. That's not the vibe today. Hi, Panther. Hello, hello. How are you? Welcome on in. I appreciate you being here as always. Excuse me. I started talking while stretching, and then while talking, I started yawning. That's what that sound was. I was in high school. My mom gave me her old Tandy. What's it? I I I feel bad on your behalf that I'm asking this question, but what's a Tandy? I don't know what a Tandy is. I've no idea. And I'm afraid to say anything else. Any questions? I have none. Well, first of all, welcome on in. It means a lot that you stop by on a night like this. But maybe once we get talking about it, and maybe once I answer some stuff, maybe then a question will pop up. But welcome on in, Hikari. How are you? Anything fun happened today? And that goes for everybody. Anything fun? Any good news happening? It's a computer with a 286 processor. I gotta look it up. Tandy computer. Oh, yeah, one of those. Okay. Tigers lost horribly? Oh no, how bad did they lose? I saw a really funny stat today about oh my god, 13 nothing? Oh, jeez. Well, the season is long. There's a long way to go. I saw a really funny stat about how the Red Sox, my favorite team, the Red Sox, are doing lately. On May 11th, the Red Sox, I don't remember their record at the time, but on May 11th, the Red Sox were 11.5 games away from taking the lead in their division. Since May 11th, the Red Sox have have gone 22-9, I think it was. Let me pull it up. Yep. So they were 11 and a half games away from leading their division on May 11th. And since that day, they have won 22 games and they've lost 9. 22-9 is a really fucking good record. But now, as it stands right now, the Red Sox are 12 and a half games away from being the leaders of their own division. After a 22-9 run, they find themselves farther away from being the winners of the division. That's how rough this division is, and I hate it. Oh my god, 3 position players pitch in one game. That's actually, I mean, it's clearly a sign that they're not doing great, but it's also really fun to say that the 3 position players pitched. I love all the lurkers. Thank you all the lurkers. But yeah, seeing Albert Pujols pitch and seeing Yadier Molina pitch, that was really fun. But yeah. Should we get started? I think we should probably get started. So, if there's anybody who somehow got word of what the topic of conversation was and it led you to being here for the very first time, figured I should probably introduce myself. Hi, I'm Rob. You spell it with 2 B's. If you say them out loud, it sounds like you're saying Rob. Usually around here, we play a lot of Among Us. And I'm an Among Us channel that claims to be a variety channel. Well, I guess we're checking the variety box today, right? Yeah. A lot of Among Us. Basically, any multiplayer game, any game that can give me an excuse to invite some streamer friends into a voice call and just good vibes in chat. That's my jam. But we're also playing through Super Mario Galaxy, slowly but surely. That's a fun one. I'm loving that. But today's a little different. About a year ago, I was doing... Well, let me put it this way. Last year, just Pride Month, was the first time that I really, spent a lot of it on Twitch. And Twitch is obviously a very diverse place, especially the circles that I had been running in, or that I still currently run in. So it led me to learning a whole bunch of new terms. And I was doing my research on a bunch of them. And the one that stood out to me when I first heard about it was asexuality. So I decided to Google it, and I kept Googling it for about a week or so because I wanted to be sure before I said anything to myself. But once that week was over and I still felt strongly, I was like, you know what? That's me. That's me, kinda. Yeah, that sounds about right. And I hadn't really felt that about anything before. Seems like a similar experience to you. Yeah, pretty much, right? It's like, I would probably go as far to say that here, I'll dial it back just a tiny bit. Asexuality is one of the least talked about one of the least talked about identities within the acronym from what I've observed over this past year. And I guess I can prove it by just the story I just told, the fact that I had only heard about it last year. Sorry, I had to be quiet to get that line out. That whisper line is just top notch. For those who are watching on YouTube, I'm gonna get better about posting things on YouTube, but if you're watching on YouTube, you should really stop by and watch this live on Twitch because we're listening to some good music right now that cannot be posted to the VOD for reasons. And yeah. Where was I? I am gonna be very ADHD brain during this entire thing. Just a fair warning to all of you. Um, yeah, I feel like nobody really, well, not nobody, but far fewer people are talking about asexuality or giving their experiences from what I've experienced. I've heard a lot of it on my TikTok feed, but thank you, Gary. It came back to me. um, I hear about it a lot on my TikTok feed, but everybody knows that TikTok feeds are like very catered to you. So it might not be the case for nearly as many people. Um, Refocuser, the Refocuser. Why does that sound like a wrestling name? The Refocuser. But yeah. I guess next I should probably talk about what asexuality is, and I'm gonna play the game instead of just sitting here with the game like pulled up because I'm thinking that this game will help me just kind of with my train of thought, like just instinctively talking. It's not working so far. Hi, Chatty Kate. Hello, hello, hello. We're having a wonderful day. Having a wonderful day, and I'm very nervous about what we're doing here, but I'm also excited at the same time. Didn't know what it was, but I could tell that's the way I've always been, even married for 24 years. Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things I wanted to bring up. It was like this is one of those things where people can like there may be people who live their entire lives like being asexual and they never find out about it. They never find out about it because it's just not widely known as of yet. A demisexual friend in college point blank if asexual. Asked if asexual in college. There you go. Yeah, see, I would never have known. Like I never had anybody like like that when I was going to college, and I kind of showed some signs of that, which I might get to. I don't know. I don't know how personal I'm willing to get just yet. But wondering where exactly I want to go. Oh, I never talked about what asexuality is. So asexuality is an identity within the acronym of people who experience sexual attraction to a lesser or non-existent degree than the typical person. Like they're like you've heard me say it as like a bit at whenever whenever I make like asexual asexuality related jokes, but the honest truth is it is a spectrum. Like there are people who uh are completely repulsed by sex. There are people who want absolutely nothing to do with it, and there are people who will like walk out of rooms when people even go as far as discussing it. Then again, there are others who only experience sexual attraction under very specific circumstances that can't always be met. Um, and then somewhere in between that, there is what was already been mentioned in chat. There's demisexuality, which has their own flag, which is awesome. Demisexuality is when somebody does not feel sexual attraction towards somebody until the emotional connection happens. Like they need an emotional connection before a sexual attraction can occur. And that's what I thought I was for a while. That's what I thought I was at first when I was first identifying under the flag. Recognize the use of sex to have kids, but that's it. Yeah, yeah, that's a big part of it. Oh, volume is low. I am kind of mumbling. I guess I'll bring my mic a little closer. How's that? How's that, everybody? Um, yeah, I guess I was kind of mumbling. But yeah, that's a big part of it, Bex. Um, like some there are people who it's good. Thank you. Hi, Titus. Recognize the use of sex to have kids, but that's it. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm having major ADHD brain right now. My thoughts are all rattled around. I think it's because I've been like jumping around to different points that I've been trying to make and like giving one sentence of each point because I feel like it's important to get out, but then I'm failing to really articulate something that I wanted to. And then my brain is just scrambled eggs right now. I'll be completely honest. I might not be the best person for this job, but I wanted to do it. You know what might help me? I put out a form where people who couldn't make it here today and or wanted to ask their question anonymously could do so. I set up a I set up a form where people could ask whatever questions they wanted. And you can pull up that form by using the exclamation point ask. If that's how you would rather ask a question, you can type exclamation point ask. You can click on the link. You can answer your question. And if you would like, you can enter your name or a username or anything. Okay, stop it. You're too kind. Absolutely too kind. Okay. So, ooh, 11 responses. Aw. Okay. So let's start with the, actually, there's one that I did see. Here, how would you define asexuality? Is a question on here. I feel like I have covered that at first. Like I touched on it a little bit, but asexuality in my eyes, the way I see it, is when somebody experiences sexual attraction to a lesser degree than a typical person would, if at all. Like, if at all. Like, there are people who absolutely want nothing to do with it. There are people who are fine with having sex but would rather not. There are people who will only develop sexual attraction under very specific circumstances. High tech. Hello, hello, hello. We're just getting started, and I'm realizing just how much my brain relates to a plate of scrambled eggs. How are you, friend? Hello, hello, hello. But what a perfect song, by the way. Of all the songs to play, let's see. Definitely checks out. Is anime just for questions about asexuality, or can I ask questions like, do you use earbuds in the human ears or the wolf ears of your model? The main topic of conversation that I wanted to stick to is asexuality, but I guess it is ask me anything. So you're allowed to ask anything, and if I'm being honest, that's not something I've thought about. I mean, I don't always have the wolf ears, and the other ears are the ones that I'm used to putting earbuds in my other form. So I guess they're in the human ears. But don't get it twisted. The wolf ears are not, or the fox ears. I think they're fox ears. I forget. I forget what I am. I have shark teeth too. What the fuck am I? I am me. That's what I am. Yeah. Uh, just because the fox ears are not like useful doesn't mean they're not like. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. There, I was trying to say like it's not a headband. They're actually real ears that I have attached to my head, but it just went off the rails. Oh, let's see. Definitely a difference between romantic attraction and sexual attraction. Absolutely, absolutely. Aromanticism is a different identity on the within the acronym, and it is very important to separate the two, at least in my eyes. Especially because I identify as straight ace. I I've taken the proper amount of time to like really reflect on myself and how I identify and how I feel and who I feel I am. Like I've known that like actually yeah that's a good place to go. Before I knew what asexuality was, which was about a year ago. Like so I'd say like my friends started becoming interested in pursuing relationships like as all kids do like around middle school age. So like middle school, high school, my friends are all getting girlfriends and boyfriends and partners and stuff. I wasn't as fortunate. I didn't really have many opportunities for that. But when I did, even my small sample size of girlfriends, I I knew there was something different than what people were talking about. Like, so I did some self reflecting. I've done a lot of self reflecting. I wonder like okay, well, like am I gay? Am I bi? Am I like I didn't know what pan was at the time, but I thought I had come up with I thought I had invented this new thing that turned out to just be pansexuality, and then I dug even deeper and realized that I was not that. uh, yeah, so like I've done like am I gay or bi or something else thing. I've done the like am I a man, am I a woman thing, which after all of that, I still came to the realization and the confidence that that I am on the surface a straight white man. And once I came to those conclusions, I was like, well, what the hell is wrong with me? Which is not a healthy way of thinking. It's just I was young, I was immature, I was like kids growing up have a very like static uh, way of looking at these things. It's like if you're not the norm, then there is something wrong with you, and that's absolutely not true. I'm bouncing all over the place again. Let's see. So yeah, I came to the I reaffirmed those feelings in my mind that I was straight, I was a man, but I still didn't really know what was wrong with me, but I didn't know what else to look for. So I stopped with the self reflection. And then last year, with all the Pride Month talk going around, and I had made up all of these friends on Twitch, all these friends who were like vocal about like Pride, like celebrating Pride, which that was something that I never really had in my life was people who were like really vocal about celebrating Pride Month and like celebrating who they are. That's something I didn't really have because not a lot of people were out when I was in high school. So yeah, when people started talking about pride more, I heard the term asexual and I didn't know what it was, so I looked it up and I was like, "Oh, this explains so many things. This explains so many things that I went through in middle school and high school and college." Like everything makes a lot more sense now, and I wish I had known about this earlier. I forgot where I was going, but I knew it started with how would you define asexuality because it's on my screen right here. That's the less fortunate thing about asexuality. It's not talked about enough. We're left in this bubble of confusion. Exactly. The bubble is so big too. The bubble is so big, and it just grows, and like it's not gonna pop. It's only gonna let more people in. Realization is so huge. Makes the world a difference. Literally makes the world a difference. Like it's the one thing that made me go like, oh, oh, I'm not broken. Oh, I'm not some like freak who is just a bad potential. I'm not a horrible bachelor. I am not a bad bachelor. It's just this is a thing about me. Uh, why am I so nervous? Why am I? Well, I know I am nervous, but like I'm the one that set it up like this. I'm the one that wanted to talk about it in this format. So why am I so nervous about it right now? You know, it is. Couldn't for the life of me understand my friend and her need because I was like, can you just not? You know what? That actually does lead to the other question that I looked at here. The question number one here that I posted. Uh, Looking back, my asexual vote was obvious. Yeah, yeah. Like as soon as you read the definition, like if you are asexual, then you will know the moment you read the definition of it online. Because the moment you look it up and the moment you take and when you take a moment to like actually read all of the words that are in front of you, if you don't well, if you do think back and immediately be like, "Oh, that's why this happened, that's why that happened," like XYZ, that's your surefire sign that you're waving our flag. Realizing I was Demi and Arrow took so much weight on my shoulders. Yeah, like see, that's the thing. It's like it's such a common thing that nobody's really that it feels like nobody's talking about when you compare it to all the other letters of the acronym. You know, it's like it's such a common feeling that I wish I could relate to much sooner than I could. Like looking back, my asexual was obvious. What do you mean sexual attraction? It's like, yeah. Oh, you know what? That actually brings me to something that I wanted to mention. Whenever, like, for my entire life, whenever I heard of people like heard stories of people cheating or like having affairs or like going any form of like going behind their partner's back, like it always involves sex, right? The one of the main motivators is sex, if not the main motivator for people cheating is sex, right? Whenever I would hear those types of stories, my first thought almost every single time was you you went through all the trouble for that. You're ruining a really good thing in your life for sex. Like why? It's are you sure? Like is it worth it? Because I knew in my mind it wasn't. It makes no sense to me. So that should have been another sign. Like that should have been another sign that my ace ass was like hiding in a closet that I didn't know existed. Wait, that's not the normal reaction, right? Well, the normal reaction I would assume is people would be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry that this person cheated on you. If there's anything that we could like, you gotta dump their ass. Like like they're they're no good for you. You need to get back on your feet." Or like openly condemning the other person is like, God, like that's such a horrible thing to do. So many people have done it, and I can't believe you caved into the temptation. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, you so that's a fun thing for you to do? That's how fun it is for you that you're willing to do that? I go to the theater and go, really? You had to sleep with someone else? Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah, mine's even more specific. It's like, really? You went through all the trouble just so you could have sex? Like that? You could do that? That's your goal here? Yeah, exactly. Couldn't just communicate with him? Couldn't just talk to him? Um, yeah. uh Oh yeah, would be a sexual that's what that was. Yeah, just thought, man, everyone but me is so thirsty. Yeah, that actually plays right into it. That's a perfect segue. It's like, wow, everybody just wants want everyone just wants to fuck. I guess it's like that's fine. I'll be over here. I like video games. Does that help? It's like everyone like to put it really like crassly and bluntly, a lot of the a lot of my male identifying friends in my life wanted to get their dick wet, and I'm just like, good luck. I'll be over here. That's fine. That's fine. I'm good. You know, I'm good. You'd rather cheat than break up? Yeah, that's the other part about it, is like people just don't want to go through that emotional stuff. It's like it's a big emotional moment that people they would rather hold it off until it blows up in their face instead of just like being healthy about it, you know? Yeah, one night stands don't get it. I don't either. I really don't either. I really don't either. Um I've been really like bouncing all over the place. I feel like I haven't really kept track of all the points that I've made and wanted to get back to. But yeah, I guess that's the best way to sum up where I personally fall on the spectrum. It's like I would love to have a girlfriend. I would love to be in a relationship, but at the same time, it's like I'm fine without it. You know, like I'm okay with having I'm okay with doing it with somebody that I really care about. Like if it's somebody that I really care about, then I want what is fun for them, what is best for them. But if I were to never do it again in my life, I would not be complaining. That's where I am. That's personally where I'm at. Yeah, sex is cool and all, but have you ever done like a really massive burnout with your car or truck? Oh my god, that meme. Oh my god, that meme. That's oh my god, it's so funny that you put it like that, because my favorite thing about that meme is that the my response to those memes is always like, oh my god, you're so right. I would rather be doing that. Like I unironically think to myself that all of those statements are true with the yeah, sex is cool but meme. Like sex is great and all, but have you ever had a perfectly made soup? I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Kaitis. Have y'all just ever had like a really good tomato soup on the side with a grilled cheese? Is all I'm saying. Like, I don't care if it's apples to oranges. Just take a moment. Just take a moment. Garlic bread meme subreddit exists for this. That is a side of us that I did not realize was like a very common thing until I found it on my TikTok feed like 2 days ago, and that was another eye-opening moment. It was the stereotype that aces fucking love garlic bread. Like aces, like the typical I'll use the term that really nobody uses for them. Allosexuals, people who with the typical sex drive, feel the same way about sex as we do about garlic bread. I mean, we don't fuck garlic bread, but I mean, I love garlic bread. What is sex? Never had it. No proof. Hi, yeah, true, whiskey. True. Very true. Hey, how is that paid actor who's living at your house doing? Like, how is the actor that you and your wife are paying? Instructions include dick now. Oh no, whiskey no, whiskey no. Yeah, yeah. Don't fuck it. Can definitely fuck with it. It's a difference. Yo, don't let my friend Whiskey's opinions on garlic bread change yours. Everybody can feel however they want about garlic bread. This is a judgment-free zone, okay? That was a very satisfying puzzle. Very satisfying shape on the puzzle. Oh no, that's not how it happens. There we go. That's very true. It does. It would in fact. It would in fact taste like garlic bread. Never do it. Never do it. Hey, if Whiskey has a fun show on his channel where he and his interview partner try whiskeys together and they just hang out and they talk about themselves, which that format of it is very terrifying to me. So I commend everybody who's able to do it. If Whiskey ever asks you on a garlic bread show, don't. Just don't. Just don't. That's all there is to it. Just don't. Would you if we made it with whiskey? What? Wait, can you make garlic bread with whiskey? What does that even mean? Leave it to this stream. Like, of course, this is the stream where we go on our first real, like, garlic bread tangent, right? Oh, I got a check mark on that one. I want to go back and get a star on it. I have to star all of these levels. That's what has to happen here. I have to be perfect in this game. I will not accept anything less. You can make anything with whiskey? I guess so. Yeah, someone brought up garlic bread and we were gone. That was it for us, you know? That is the best way to distract an ace, is just talk about garlic bread. Or cake, apparently. Apparently cake also falls on that list. What were we talking about before garlic bread? What were we talking about before garlic bread? I'm on it. No, Tech, please don't apologize. It fits the meme. It fits the stereotype. We're learning about aces through garlic bread. TikTok? Kinda. I mean, asexuality, yes. Trying to remember what Here, I'll just go back to this one. It's so hard on your SO sometimes, though. I hate that aspect more than anything. Oh my god, I can't. I can't imagine specifically what it would be like to keep that from an SO. I tried recently to be more open about it on my dating profiles, on my online dating profiles, but I realized quickly that people are intimidated by learning that someone identifies as that because not everybody knows what it is. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, cool. Hi, Chelsea. Hello. Welcome on in. Appreciate you being here, especially on a night like tonight. It means the world. Hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do with that. There we go. Such a hard thing to put on your dating profile. Yeah, I learned that recently. I learned that very recently. I'd say the one positive that came out of it was that I was able to have like a very like in-depth conversation about this kind of thing for the very first time with someone who saw it on my profile and was worried about it and started asking questions. What do I do in the game here? What do I even do in the game here? Do I do this? Yes, I do. No. Oh, got it. Got it. All right, I gotta do this again. Sorry about y'all. We'll be right back after this. After these short messages. Cool. All right. Yeah, it was on my profile, and it was actually a weird situation. Like we matched on Hinge first, and then like I have it on my Tinder profile, but not on any of my others just yet. So we matched on Hinge first. We were talking a little bit, and then we found each other on Tinder. And so I gave a quick thing on Tinder. It's like, oh wow, fancy meeting you here. Come here often. And I go back to check the Tinder one, and the Tinder one is gone. She unmatched me on Tinder. So I went to Hinge and I was like, hey, is there something you want to talk about? Like I noticed we matched on Tinder as well, but we're no longer matched. We're like, is there something wrong? And that's when she brought it up, and we started talking about it, and it was really nice that we did. But at the same time, I started understanding how difficult the dating world can and will be for me when I identify as this, because like that opened my eyes to the idea that no matter what I tell somebody, like my lack of interest in it will lead them to believe that they are not good enough. When that's not it at all. It's not a question of are they good enough. It's not a matter of are they good enough. It's a matter of I'm not wired that way. You know? Oh my gosh. Let me catch up on tonight here. 12:45 a.m. on a Thursday. Need to see if I'm getting a haircut later. Also go to see Ed Sheeran. Oh my gosh, have so much fun with that. I've seen Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran is one of the very few concerts I've been to, and Ed Sheeran puts on an amazing show. You're gonna love it so much. You're gonna love it. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll way back in chat. I would expect Aces to just eat plain toast, no butter. That's just evil. That's just evil. Why would you put that evil on us? How dare you? We were talking about not putting dick to garlic bread. True. 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 Yeah, most want sex as part of a relationship, so putting an ace is just a disqualifier. Unfortunately, yeah. I feel like putting that in my profile does make it a lot easier of a left swipe. I'm contemplating removing it and just talking about it with people that I match with and have talked with. Something as a conversation with another ace friend of mine. Do you also not experience sexual arousal in the realm of taking care of yourself? Sometimes I do. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I feel that way. And that's a perfect example of how asexuality is a spectrum. Like, some people are absolutely disgusted at that idea. Like, they're disgusted at anything remotely sexual. But there are others, like myself, who my place on the spectrum specifically is I do not experience sexual attraction to people. But that doesn't mean I don't have my urges, like the things I need to take care of, you know? It's like, but for me, it feels more like scratching an itch. You know, it's something that my body needs to do, and it's something I need to take care of, and that's it. You know? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Like if the top of your head is itchy, then you go to itch it. That's the same feeling that I have about that. And there are many other aces who do not feel that, who like don't feel that at all. Let's see. How did dude ask if asexual was like a starfish? I'll elaborate on that. I want to know what the hell that means. I want to know. I want to know what this person's thought process was to say that asexuality is like a starfish. I need to know, Hikari. If it makes you feel better, I hope being open and honest about your asexuality on a dating profile would be less difficult than being honest about putting your dick in garlic bread. True. That's the one thing that I have not yet put on my profile because I'm just too nervous. Actual question. Do you tend to see more people who are ace lean heteromantic or homo or biromantic? That's a great question. I have see, I've only been like really like I've only been aware of this space for the last like year almost exactly. So I'm probably not the best person to ask to answer like for the community as a whole. But from what I've noticed, I feel like I have noticed more hetero romantic aces. I feel like I have noticed more straight aces than I have anything else. That's obviously not to say that like gay aces and bi aces and pan aces do not exist. I just feel like the overwhelming majority of aces that I have come across have been straight ace. And there are also obviously like arrow aces. Arrow aces are a very prominent one. Yes, Strace, if you will. Yes, Strace is a good one. Another portmanteau that another portmanteau that we've lost an opportunity for. Everybody says hetero romantic when heteromantic was right there. It's right there. Explain an arrow ace. Okay, so arrow, spelled ARO, is a shortening of aromantic, and aromanticism is the same sort of vibe as asexuality, but instead of the sexual feelings, aromantics do not feel any romantic attraction towards anybody, or they feel a different degree of romantic attraction than a typical person would, if any. Yeah. Who who is our streamer friend who is open about being Arrow? Yeah, it's like Arrow or Arrow. It's like I don't really feel like taking the extra effort to like enunciate Arrow, so I just say Arrow. I know that can be confusing. Scratch. Oh, I was thinking of Spice Rat, but also Scratch. Yes. I was thinking of Spice Rat because Spice Rat put out a TikTok about it. But yeah, there's one thing that the Spice Rat said in that TikTok that really that really resonated. It was actually Whiskey asking the question in the TikTok that Spice posted. Whiskey asked our Arrow friend Spice Rat, so do you still have sex or what? And then Spice Rat's reaction was, "Oh, I still have sex. I just don't care about them at all." And that made me laugh a lot. That made me actually laugh out loud, which I don't very often when I'm on my own just scrolling through things. Like, it was really funny. But yeah, there are also Arrow Aces who don't feel any romantic attraction. They don't feel any sexual attraction. An Arrow Ace is an arrow who has no need for either quiver. True, Kythus. So true. So true. Yeah, it really is such a mood. Asexuals don't understand one night stands. Aromantics do understand them. Yep, exactly. Polar opposites there. Hi, Reese. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. Yeah, I usually don't cuddle with the garlic bread. Whiskey. 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 The garlic bread goes in your mouth. That's it. That's it. You silly goose. I forgot where my train of thought was going once again. That's going to be a very common theme here. So let's pull up another. Look, I'm going to keep scrolling through the questions that I got here. Let's see. This question comes from EJ, who is at ShoeBillDork on Twitter. Fellow Ace here, still new to it all, but got multiple questions for you. Okay. Do you ever experience flashes of aesthetic or other types of attraction that make you question everything again? That is a fantastic question. And to that I say not anymore. When I was growing up, like when I was in the age that people typically start like discovering their interests and pursuing them, like middle school, high school, etc. Um oh, um you know what? I have that question written down here, so I will remember to get back to it. I do want to go back to the starfish thing. Let me scroll up here. Okay, so I talked to the dude who said I'm asexual, and he said, like a starfish? I said if that was the case, I wouldn't be on this app. Because asexual starfish reproduce asexually, meaning they reproduce by themselves. So I kind of told him if I could, I wouldn't be on the app. That's great. That's so good. That is so good. And also something that I am now terrified of. I am terrified that I will be able to spawn a child with no help. I don't want that. I don't want that. No, no, no. That's bad. That's bad. That's a bad. That's still really funny. Okay. Did we ever experience flashes of aesthetic or other types of attraction that make you question everything again? Not anymore. So when I was of the age that I was starting to wonder, oh, I think I want to try this whole like relationship thing out. I want to try to find a girlfriend and stuff. Um, I would find I How do I want to word this? I've known I've known this whole time that I was straight. I've known that I find women to be hot. I've known my entire life that I only feel that way about women. Women are hot. Let's be real. Like women are just hot. Like have you ever stopped to think women, right? Right? Like that's how I feel about that. I I am romantically attracted to women. I am aesthetically attracted to women. But there were times when I was trying to figure out what was going on where I would notice the lack of sexual attraction that I was feeling, and that is what would spiral into am I lying to myself? Am I gay? And then I would start to do my self-reflection on that, and I would realize very quickly, no, I am not gay. And then that would start another self-reflective period of, well, am I not the person I believe I am? Like am I a woman? Am I not anything? And I did that self-reflection, and I realized, no, I feel comfortable in my skin as a man. But yeah, I guess those attractions in the past, they made me question everything. But I feel like once I did my research on asexuality a year ago, that is when all of those that's when all of those theories, I guess I'll call them, went straight out the window. Because I also because there were a lot of really good places where I was able to read up on the asexual spectrum and the differences between all of these types of attractions, and the fact that people can experience any combination of them. Uh, yeah, not anymore. I do not question myself anymore. I am romantically attracted to women. I am sexually not attracted to anybody. I am aesthetically attracted to women. I said that in the wrong order, but what you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I've just realized it would be fair to say you're ADHD. Yep, you are very very correct. Absolutely correct. And I may or may not be using that in the future. If you gain too much weight, there's just two of you now. Mind the diet. What? I am I missing context? What happened there? What's going on there? I don't understand where that statement came from. I'm being completely honest. But at the same time, I don't know if I disagree with it. Oh, great song here. Why'd you have to go out? Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? A lot of people say when they hear about when they try to discover their asexuality things. Um, how's that pun taking me so long? I've never heard it, so I don't know if you may be the first person who's ever said it. We don't know. I got lots of "Are you closet gay?" queries over time. Yes, yep, that is definitely one of the things that ran through my mind a lot. Is like I don't feel like I'm gay, but I'm not attracted to women. So, like, despite me not feeling it, what if I still am? Like, it took a lot to convince myself that the way I am is valid, and it's not weird. Other people feel this way, but yeah, I've never gone out of my way to ask these sorts of questions to anybody that I grew up with, but I feel like that may have been a common conception. within within the people that I went to like middle school and high school with, I feel like it wouldn't surprise me if they just assumed that I was gay because I was interacting with women differently than everybody else was at that age. Let's see. Biggest indicator MKF. I replaced the F with date mentally. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I still played the fuck Mary Kill game. I still played that because I'm willing like, but in my mind, I translated I translated the word fuck to like in my mind, Mary was like I want to spend the rest of my life with this person, and fuck was this person's really hot, which I guess is the same exact thing, just without the um, physical implication. But whatever. um, how many times have you heard, "Oh, you just haven't found the one"? If I've if I had been in more relationships in my life up to this point, I feel like I would have heard that a lot more often. But to be completely honest with you, I have not had very many opportunities romantically either. So I feel like if I would have had like a really bad breakup in my life up to that point, then I would have been hearing that a lot. But at the same time, I know I see now where you're getting at. Is like maybe you haven't found the one person to like physically make you feel that way. Um, I mean, I haven't gotten that a lot from other people, but it's something that it's one of the recurring themes in the ways that I would interrogate myself. Is like, you know what? I'll just come out and say it. I'll put it this way. I consider myself to have never been in a relationship up to this point in my life. And this this entire time I've been telling myself, well, maybe I feel this maybe the only reason I feel like I relate to asexuality is because what I truly am is demi, and I just haven't had the opportunity to explore that yet, like with the romantic dedication part. And I guess now that I'm saying it out loud, that is still on the table. I have no way of knowing that that's not the case at this point. Uh, but like, I feel like there have been people that I've really cared about and wanted to take that next step with, and it never panned out. But we did explore like physical side of things, and I felt like that didn't get in the way of how I felt for them romantically. I just got really self conscious about the why am I not feeling anything physically thing, and that's what drove us apart. That is very, uh, that is a very personal thing that I was not expecting to reveal tonight. Oops! Did I just break my tablet pen? No, I didn't. Okay, that screws out. Okay, phew. Uh, yeah. To the most recent message, whiskey. Yeah, to put it very crassly. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Pretty much. Oh, that was about the starfish. Okay. If you gain too much weight, there's just two of you now. God, I completely forgot about the starfish thing. That makes a lot of sense. Being afraid to make a second you, yeah. I think we aren't getting that. You haven't found the one since our friends are LGBTQ plus and knowledgeable of asexuality. Yeah, there's definitely been a rise in awareness for us. There's definitely been a rise in understanding for us. But I guess from family members, I've been family members have done the typical like asking you if you found somebody yet, and and up to this point, I have had a 100% rate of answering their questions with with not yet. I haven't really met anybody yet, and that's when they tell me that that I'd find the one. Like, and they're talking strictly romantically because, like, to their knowledge, I've never even had an opportunity to romantically be with anybody, which is almost true. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, but whenever like so that's when they would say you just haven't met the one yet, and I would agree because I was thinking strictly romantically, and I haven't really found anyone yet up to this point in my life. But I guess what I'm trying to say is demisexuality for me is still on the table. I just don't have any way of knowing. But yeah, back to Hikari's point. Yeah, there asexual awareness is definitely on the rise within people who identify as a member of the acronym. So that's a big help in helping us feel accepted. Oh wow, I think I accidentally there we go. I didn't mean to figure it out the long way. Welcome to ADHD, folks. My brain is all over the place. I can't think about the same thing for 5 seconds in a row, or my brain just shuts down. Yeah, Linkin Park. God, I love Linkin Park. It's the only good come from the older generation. Yeah, that's basically the games that make sense. Yeah, it is mainly the older generation that gets on me, and they're mainly asking romantically, which I have no choice but to agree with their statements. It's like maybe I just haven't found the one, but yeah, I've already I got asked if I was gay a lot as recently as just a couple of years ago. People didn't used to know there were other flavors of queer. Yes, exactly. Like in the mainstream media when I was growing up, the only ones that like the only identities that I was made aware of were gay or lesbian because it was still a very new thing for people to for people on the outside to get used to, you know? And it's not until like and for somebody in my generation it's not until we go online and we do our own research and we have these things pop up in all of our feeds that teach us about all the other sides, and in some cases it helps us discover something about ourselves, and then we can spread the good word like I'm trying to do here. So nice to talk to others to understand your own mindset. I know that was the main thing. It's like I've yet to see anybody really like host a space where this is the main topic of conversation, you know? Like there are other ace creators out there who are open about them being ace, but it's never like but I've never seen anybody like dedicate an entire time slot to like trying to teach or like trying to help people understand, you know? We do have the best flag. Funny story. My purple became my favorite color while I was in high school. And I didn't know why at the time. I just really liked it. And so when I was doing my research on this, and I realized that the only like color, the only actual color on our flag was purple, my first thought, my immediate thought was, God damn it, I should have known. I should have known all of this back then. I wish I had known all this back then. You know, that explains everything. It explains everything. Finally broke 200k channel points. That tells me that I need more fun redemptions. I mean, yeah, it shows that you are an incredibly supportive friend and mod to the channel, but it also shows that I need to add more fun things as redemptions so that people want to redeem more things. Oh, that wasn't your first thought? I mean, it was my first thought. My first thought was, that's why I feel that way about the color purple. Yeah, sending love to you, Tuck, and sending love to everybody, and sending love to well, I covered it with everybody, didn't I? And I forgot what I was gonna say. Let's see. I'm one of the lesser known too. So exactly, so I could wear my ace necklace and no one realizes it. Yeah, that's the one thing about like the ace flag is like you can wear something that's like purple and black and gray, purple and black and white, or even the standard 4-color one that you see on my sweatshirt here. You can wear this palette and people will, and the majority of people will see it and their only thought will be, oh well, that's pretty nice. But the real ones know. The real ones get it. The real ones understand. Ran the term on accident way late. Would have been nice running into it sooner. I know. I wish I had known what this was so much earlier. I would feel much less insecure when I was younger. I would feel much less broken. I would feel a lot more understood. And I hope that there's a generation of people who are that age currently who are going out and making it their goal to understand these types of things, if not relate to them, you know? My one friend I was talking to, and she's like, I have to have the bond to form a relationship. Me, friend, that sounds like Demi. And she suspects she might be Demi. Yeah, that sounds to me like it's exactly the definition of Demi. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. And again, I'd like to think that I like the possibility is definitely there for me to be there. And that's not a big jump because we use the same colors. Our flags use the same colors. It's just the designs are different. Oh, I'd really use them anyway. I hoard the points. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's an easy way to get to 200k, right? Let's see. I know I haven't finished all of the questions on this one post from EJ, so I'll move on. Plus, how does it feel to be an ace guy in a community that, from my experience, is made up out of way more women than men? Is that true? That's something I've never stopped to like pay attention to. So I went from only straight friend to, oh, I'm asexual. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was fun realizing that that the entire time when I thought that my main friend group in high school and afterwards, my main IRL friend group from high school on was just a sausage fest of straight white dudes. Hey, I'm from Massachusetts. We don't have a lot of diversity. We really don't. It's embarrassing. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, here I am thinking that friend group was just a bunch of straight dudes in a sausage fest. Little did I know that I was the queer one. I had no idea at the time that I was the queer one. That's fun. That's pretty fun. How does it feel to be? Oh yeah, how does it feel to be an ace guy in a community that, from my experience, is made up out of way more women than men? That's something that I haven't taken the time to pay attention to. The most prominent TikToker that talks about being ace, at least on my feed, is, I believe their name is Cody, and I believe they identify as male. Let's see. Yep, Cody Webb, the real Cody Webb. Yeah, that's his name. That's the main TikToker the main like content creator that I've seen talking about this stuff. It is a man. Yeah, not. I feel. I don't know. That's something that I can't really speak to. It's not something that I've gone out of my way to notice the demographics of. And like I'm still learning things myself. So like I don't have many things to compare myself to. I don't have many experiences to compare mine to at this moment. It would make sense to me why more women identify as ace than men. Now that I think about it, I can't explain it, but it just makes sense that would be the case. Hakari says, I'm the opposite. All my friends were somewhere in the LGBTQ plus spectrum. We joked about being the stereotypical straight friend. Haha. Well, lucky them. Good news for them, right? Looks like this is the last question in this submission. From Shoebill Dork on Twitter. How did you go about defining your micro label under the Ace umbrella, or did you do that at all? I feel like it kind of like just jumped out at me as I was doing my research on it. Like I kind of figured that I fell under the general asexual term, especially since I still have the romantic desires of a straight man. You know? So like I guess the micro label doubles as the macro label for me, so it wasn't too difficult for me to come to that. I mean, how did I go about defining it? I mean, my coming out process is really not much of a coming out process. Like I literally did the research during Pride Month last year, and as soon as I felt like I understand what it meant, I was able to relate it to myself. And the moment I was able to relate it to myself, I tweeted about it. So my story is less of coming out and more of discovering that it's a thing. I never really came out of a closet. I pointed at the closet and said, I should have been in there, shouldn't I? Should I have been in there this whole time? Because I did not get that memo. I've been walking around. I've been enjoying the people around me. I was too busy to get in that closet. But yeah, I'd say the macro label applies as a micro label for me, and that made it very easy for me to apply the micro label. I'm gonna move on to the next one here. Oh, Lolo MT, thank you so much for dropping that follow. I appreciate you being here. Welcome on in. Hello. Asexuals don't realize there is a closet around them. Exactly. It's an invisible closet. A very spacious, like globally spacious, invisible closet. Yep. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. This next question comes from Mollusk or Molly, and he writes, "Not really much of an AMA. I just want to give some love to a fellow Ace homie. Aw, it's great to see some open and proud Ace streamers. Aw, thank you so much. That's my goal. As soon as I discovered that about myself, that was the goal. Here for the sweet Ace rep. Oh, Lolo, thank you so much. That means the world, especially on a night like tonight. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in. How are you doing?" Then again, I only got abstinence educated. Yes, exactly. The public school system. I'll let y'all know right now, if y'all are I have spent my my entire life in very in public school systems of incredibly blue states. And even then, we were only given abstinence education. These identities are not something that you will learn in public school. They're just not. And that's even before considering the fact that there are now states who will take action against people who say the word gay. That's fucking disgusting that they're doing that. So yeah, say gay. Teach kids about the acronym. Teach kids about self-confidence and all that stuff. They fucking need it. They're going through enough already. You know? They're going through enough already. Just let them be okay with being gay. That's the least you can give them, you know? Yeah, I am of the belief that there need to be more of us who are out and proud. But it's a fine line, because it needs to be people who are comfortable with it. I would love for there to be more people who are out and proud about it. That's the wording I wanted. That's the wording I should have gone with. That's the other thing. Friends hated me. Me, I didn't care for it. One of my kindergartners said she would marry another girl. Me, well, you have to be older. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like, you can't do that yet. You're too young for that. That's the only thing that's stopping you. That's at my city's pride parade last weekend, I saw so many Ace flags and it made me so happy. Oh, I love that. I've never been to. I mean, I've only considered myself to be identifying within the acronym for almost exactly a year now, and in that time, I have been a gamer. So I have not been to any sort of pride event. Oh, what the fuck is happening in game? Oh, I see what needs to happen. Okay. I almost had the right idea on the puzzle here. Now we go here. Sweet. Whoa. Oh, VTube are going crazy. Very first pride was about a year after I learned what Ace was. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm very excited to go to one myself. I don't know if my area has already had theirs. That's something I need to do some research on. Let's see. Moving on to the next question on the form here. Do you use the split attraction model to classify your sexuality? If so, how do you identify? I'm going to be completely honest. I need to Google what that is right now. The split attraction model. According to the split attraction model, how someone experiences attraction can be split into categories. Oh, okay, yeah. For some people, romantic and sexual attraction are distinctly different experiences. The split attraction model recognizes that sexual and romantic attractions are not the same for some people. Oh, yeah. My split attraction method is a triangle. We got romantic on one side, you got sexual on one side, you have aesthetic on one side. And it's a good time to go back, to circle back to this. I I am comfortable in my shoes knowing that I am romantically straight, I am aesthetically straight, and I am I am sexually ace. Um yeah, I feel like split attraction model is something that is very important in my mind to spread awareness of. I feel like once more people are made aware of the split attraction model, if not just the general fact that sexual attraction and romantic attraction are like different. Like you don't need to like present them with an actual dialogue. You can just like I don't know. I'm kind of being redundant now. Uh, uh, I completely lost track of what I was saying. I'm really sorry. I probably should be on meds for my ADHD. This is really bad, isn't it? I will say they can be used as a singular if the gender is unknown in my teaching, so they understand that it can be singular. Exactly. Exactly. Like, I was gonna make a point about that, but I fucking distracted myself again. Everyone gets distracted days. Yeah, I'm trying my best to hang. I'm trying my best to hang in there, but like there are so many like really important points that I want to make sure I get out there, so I just blurt out the Cliff Notes versions of each before going back to think about what I wanted to dive into about a certain one, and that just leads me to forgetting everything. Let's see. What's the next question we have here? Next question. Do you feel and or notice any instances of being double discriminated? Once for being part of the LGBTQIA plus community, and second for not being like the rest of the LGBT plus community. Um, I feel I feel uh fortunate enough that from my personal experience, I have stayed in really like very accepting umbrellas of very accepting circles of people. Um, even before I did my research and discovered that that I was part of the acronym. Um, I can't honestly say that I have experienced very much discrimination because of that. Um, I guess the closest thing that I've experienced to discrimination was that person who matched with me on Tinder and saw it on my profile and started asking me questions and like wanted to understand things. But yeah, I wish I had a better answer for these questions because it really is an awesome question. It really is a really good question. It is a question that other ace identifying people, I'm sure, can provide a really good answer for. But if you're asking me personally, I do not feel like I can relate to this because of how curated I have kept my social circles, if that makes any sense. Um, I mean, the close. Actually, no. I will change one of my earlier parts of this answer. The closest I've ever been to being discriminated is Twitch chat trolls. But that's just like a thing where it's like, all right, I block them and it's done. Like I don't really think about it. I guess there are some instances at work where I hear people like saying like openly hateful things and openly ignorant things, and I just kind of like hide in my shell because I'm not out at work, and I really don't see a need to be, because like on the surface I'm still like straight and a man. Like it wouldn't really change anything that I don't know. It's already people that I don't want to deal with to begin with. I just don't want to give them that extra thing to like tease me for, you know? There's always going to be the people who don't think ace individuals belong, but at least in my experience, it is primarily online and by people who don't understand. There you go. That's a great answer. That is a better answer than I could ever give, if I'm being completely honest. I honestly cannot even relate to the bit about like I've never had anybody say to me directly that that like asexuality is a myth or anything like that, or like I just need, or like I haven't met the right person, or I haven't done it a certain way, or I haven't done it well enough. I've never run into anything like that. I know it's a thing that does happen, and it sucks that it happens, but at the same time, these days it's mostly just internet trolls. And we all already know that we are better than internet trolls, so why entertain them, you know? I wish I had a better answer for those questions, because to if the person who submitted those is watching, I sincerely apologize for not giving a good answer, but it's genuinely something that I cannot relate to just yet. Um, let's see. Next one. How would you identify your journey to figuring out your ace? For example, I went from straight to I'm just me to not so sexual to asexual to gray sexual slash aspec. Still trying to figure out what I am, but gray ace, aspec are the closest I identify myself to now. I need to Google what ace or aspect is. Aspect meaning. Anyone who has little to no romantic or sexual attraction. Oh, okay. Yeah. What I understood as arrow ace. Okay. Let's see. How would you identify your journey to figuring out your ace? So, I guess I'll run through this again. Includes like demisexual and stuff. Okay, thank you. Also, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It sounds like it's a word that could very easily lead to me saying an offensive word that I don't want to say or be misconstrued as saying. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. A spec. Oh, all right, so I was saying it correctly. Um, as for my journey, I I have felt I felt comfortable being a straight man since I've started developing feelings for people. Like I've known from the very beginning that I was straight. But the questions came when the physical side of things wasn't making me wasn't giving me as much satisfaction as it was for other people. So that's when I started questioning am I gay, or is there another identity that relates to me more? And I came to the realization that no, I am indeed straight. And then there was just a really long gap of not really having any opportunities to explore that any further with anybody. So my my map is really just a 2 point map, like the ones that we're messing around with in this game here. Actually, this game is a very it's a very good representation of my journey to figuring out how I identify, because it is a 2 point line, but the line goes all over the place, you know? Um the path from straight to ace ironically was not a very straight line. That's not what I wanted to do with this. There we go. I'm gonna have to redo this one, I think. Oh, no, no, I'm not. Cool. Uh, yeah. Well, that's my journey as of now. The just from straight to ace, with the possibility that I could be demi, but I haven't had an opportunity to really explore that, and I hope to someday. All right. Thank you for all the questions, everybody. These are really oh oh this next question on the forum is something we've already talked about a little bit accidentally. Funny enough, what's your favorite meme about being ace? Dragons, cake, taking over Denmark, etc. Hold on, I need to break this down. So first of all, my favorite one was not mentioned on that list. It's garlic bread. Everybody loves, like, all aces love garlic bread. That's my favorite one. We mentioned cake for similar reasons. Dragons, I don't know what the dragons one is, and are we? Uh, did I not get that email about, like, we're taking over Denmark? Because I've been to Denmark. I've been to Denmark. I've spent like a weekend in Denmark. Was I supposed to take? I mean, I didn't know I was ace at the time, so I guess I was able to blend in with the crowd pretty well. But was I supposed to claim my land? I'm on two dragon VTubers. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, the Denmark one is new to me. I want to do my research. Hold on. Let me asexuals taking over Denmark. The first Google result is an article from asexuality.org titled "The Invasion of Denmark?" question mark. Asexual musings and rantings. I will be seeing you this weekend at the party. Yes, yes, you will. I would politely ask that we end that conversation there, just to keep from revealing any personal information. But yes, yes, you will, and I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited to see you there. Uh, Denmark, what is new to me? Yeah, so I pulled up the article here. I'll post the link. I'll post the link there. That's what I'm reading. Oh, you know what? Actually, it links to a Reddit page. Hold on. There is a subreddit with almost 7,000 members titled r slash asexual invade the Danes. What? What is this? What even is this? Are we supposed to claim land? You know, honestly, good for us. Like, honestly, whoever whoever chose Denmark, good taste. Good taste in places. I like Denmark. You know what? I just found the explanation. Apparently, if certain statistics are to be believed, then the Earth is made up of more asexuals than people from Denmark. Apparently, there are more asexuals than Danes. And that is why we need to take our land. That's really funny. That's really fucking funny. I'm into that a lot. Yeah, so we can take them. That's how it works. Yep, we can take them. If we outnumber any country's population, then we absorb that country. Risk style. We've won the dice rolls. I don't remember exactly how the game of Risk works, but we did it. Congrats, everybody. We did it. Yes, quite a meme based on the fact that 75 million asexuals can overthrow the Danish army of 92,000, so that the population of asexuals can all fit into the free state to create a utopia for asexuals and to be free from acephobia and form a sexless country. Wow. I'm amazed. I'm excited. I'm sharpening my weapons. Uneasy peasy. Oh my goodness. Hello. Welcome on in, everyone. I hope y'all are having an amazing time. Thank you for that shout out. Ooh, how was your stream? What were you chatting about? Yo. Welcome on in. This is your first time here. Hi, I'm Rob. It's spelled with 2 B's, and if you say them out loud, it sounds like you're saying Rob. You may know me from the many times that Uneasy and I've hopped into some Among Us and some Jackbox. Skeleton, thank you so much for dropping that follow. I appreciate you being here. Welcome on in. Tack. Month. Tack, thank you so much for paying forward your gift from Puppy Cat in the form of a $5 month long for Uneasy. You sweet bean, thank you so much for showing Uneasy how to lift the subway. I appreciate you so much. Hi, LK. LK, I love you. Oh, I was in the middle of my Raider intro. So yeah. I'm Rob. I spell with too many B's. You can say as many of them as you'd like. We usually play a lot of Among Us. We usually play a lot of Jackbox. A lot of multiplayer games where we can just vibe. But tonight, we're vibing in a different way. I feel like a fun way to celebrate Pride Month would be to help people understand my side of Pride. A little bit. Oh my god, lesson 4. That's more powerful than lesson 3. He really loves me. Oh, I'm blushing. I'm fainting. Oh no, I can't get. Oh, I can't control this. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. Thank you so much, my friend. You know I love you endlessly. Thank you so much for trusting me with your people. And your people are amazing people. You got some good peeps over there at the circus. And I welcome them here. I don't have as creative of well, I call you buddies. Yeah, I guess that's their name. Yeah, the buddies. But yeah, we're just talking about our favorite asexual memes. Because I just found out that I am a part of an army that could easily take down the army of Denmark. And so that land is just ours for the taking, apparently. And I'm sharpening my weapons for it. In game. Like, everybody knows we love garlic bread. Everybody knows we love cake. And apparently everybody knows we love dragons. But what I did just find out is that we are taking over Denmark. Figuratively and militarily. It's very exciting. I'll have to take y'all to the village in Denmark that I stayed one weekend. Do we need weapons to take over Denmark? Can't we just walk? I guess so. I guess if all of us, like, as one mob of 75 million walk into Denmark. Yeah, yeah. I guess we just go. Who doesn't love dragons? True. True, 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 true. So true. Yeah. Why don't we move on to the next question we got here from the forum? If you would like, if there's anything you'd like to know about asexuality or my place in it, and you're just hopping into chat, if there's something you want to know, you can type exclamation point. Yeah, you can either just straight up ask it in the chat, or if you'd rather remain anonymous, you can type exclamation point ask, and it will take you to a Google form where you can submit your question and you can optionally reveal your name. Same can be said. Who hates garlic bread? Exactly. Nobody hates garlic bread. It's illegal. That's illegal. They're stupid, so they don't count. Exactly. Next question here on the forum. What's the worst encounter or experience you've had because you identify as asexual? Let's see. The worst experience I've had because I identify as it? I'll be completely honest. I've only known what what asexuality was for like about a year or so. Like I've only been able to put a name to it for about a year, which is I started identifying as it immediately because it explained everything. But yeah, point to starfish coming for himself. Oh my god, Hikari, that would have taken the cake for me. But since I don't have as much time under my belt as of right now, I'd say the worst encounter experience, like as an identifying ace, would be Twitch trolls. It's Twitch trolls, and they're easy to take care of. You just ban them and you deny their requests, and they're gone forever. They never hurt you again. Yeah. If y'all don't mind me getting like really like blunt and like personal about like my worst encounter or experience that has to do with asexuality. I didn't know I was at the time. I didn't know what it was at the time. But it's actually a collection of experiences that can all be summed up in that can be described in one moment. So this actually happened earlier this year. I was just walking through the grocery store, minding my own business, and I'm going to recite to you the exact inner monologue that I had while I was walking through the grocery store. Just imagine a dude like walking through the grocery store, pushing a shopping cart, like visibly thinking to himself. Like you can see the expressions happening on my face, but there are no words coming out. Right, here we go. Do I need more barbecue sauce? I think I'm running out of barbecue sauce. I'll pick up another barbecue sauce. You know what? It would probably be a good idea to grab some extra toothpaste while I'm at it. For some reason, it's right around the corner here. I'll just grab another toothpaste before I forget. Every single one of my partners has asked me if everything is okay. Whoa, where did that come from? That specific wording is what helped me realize that I am ace. Like, there has been a point in every single instance where their exact wording was, "Is everything okay?" Do you shop at First Veggies, you know? That's all it was. And that wording gets me out of what took me out of the moment for sure. Because like, if you can imagine, there's a difference. The way you word it makes a difference, right? Like, hypothetically, if you were in that situation and you were to ask the person, "Oh, do you like that?" That's a very typical way of saying this. It's like, "Do you like that?" Or like, "Is this good?" Like, that's an acceptable one. But when someone looks up at you and says, "Is everything okay?" And it was the realization that every single person in my life to that point had used that exact phrasing. That is when it got drilled in my mind that I I might be ace. That maybe I'm not feeling the attraction that's necessary for that moment, you know? You know? Maybe that's what's happening here. um so again, welcome to everybody who's just meeting me for the first time. I hope you're enjoying your stay. This is very much not the type of personal info that I usually give, but the night calls for it, you know? The night calls for it. So yeah, I'd say all of those moments collective like individually and collectively are the worst encounter or experience. Just back when I didn't know what asexuality was and I was still like actively like partaking because I basically told myself like maybe I just haven't had a good enough time to enjoy it. Ooh, Panic at the Disco? Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy, actually. But Panic is so good. I love Panic so much. Um, yeah, but again, I'd say the to answer the question, the worst encounter I've had while identifying is Twitch trolls, and honestly, that's a pretty good answer because I can just block them and be done with it. As a fellow ace person, it took your explanation of the phrases to help me understand why the first phrase was odd, right? Yeah, like literally, it's like yeah, because the way I view it is like do you like that is very self-explanatory. Do you like what's happening here? Does this feel good? Very self-explanatory. Does this feel good to you? Is everything okay? Has that implication that the person who is asking it knows that something is wrong. You know, like there's like if somebody asks you, is everything okay? That means they can tell from something in that moment that everything is not okay and they want to get to the bottom of it. You know? Yeah, there it is. There it is, Akari. Like that phrasing all has never failed to make me like self-conscious. I was still on you at the grocery store. Yeah, I guess I set up that story in a kind of confusing way. Oh, took it too literal? Oh no, I was literally walking through a grocery store when I had that realization. Like my train of thought literally hey, no worries, Orchid. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. There'll always be a VOD to watch back. Also, nobody ever has to apologize for being late. We all do our own things. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. But no, I was literally walking through a grocery store and my train of thought was toothpaste, barbecue sauce. I've never satisfied any partners. That was literally it. Oh my god. Also, I got a tablet recently with the intention of learning to draw, teaching myself how to draw so that I can have the confidence to hop into a Gartic lobby without anybody scolding me and be like, what the fuck is even that? But instead, I downloaded this shit and I'm fucking speed running it when I'm paying attention to it. It do be like that sometimes. It really do. Buy backup toothpaste while having revelations is right? Right? Because you start noticing all the different types of toothpaste that there are and you start realizing like and you start getting like introspective, like you start thinking introspectively about all the different types of toothpaste and what they could actually do to you, and those introspective thoughts just lead to a different brand of introspective thoughts. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. Orchid! Month. Orchid, thank you so much for gifting a $5 month long and for showing Lolo how to live the subway. I appreciate you so much. Gardic phone having good drawings? What's that? That's a great point. That's a really great point. But like usually in Gardic phone, you can at least kind of tell what the people were aiming to make. Whenever I play Gardic phone or Drawful or anything, without fail, the first sentence that comes out of anybody's mouth is, what the fuck is that supposed to be? And that's why I hate drawing, because I've never ever been able to portray what's going on in my mind in an art piece. Absolutely never. There has not been a single instance where somebody has looked at my drawing and gotten it. And that's why I don't like drawing. Man, this minty fresh toothpaste is good, but it's too minty. No, that one tastes bad. Oh wait, that's what they... Yeah. Yep. Oh, My Hero manga updates tonight. Hell yeah. Leaks will come out tonight. I'm so excited for you. My Hero Academia. I'm not a big anime follower right now. Well, I say right now, but I've never really followed any animes. I've been interested in starting One Punch Man. I've been interested in starting My Hero Academia. I just haven't. The closest thing to an anime that I've ever watched is Avatar. Go around here with this one, and then loop around here. Cool. Cannot do One Punch. It looks fun. It looks fun. Talking the animated series, right? Yes. I believe I have one more question in. Oh no, two more submissions in the form. So I will I'll go ahead and read this next one here. In what ways do you feel your asexuality has given you strength? In what ways do you feel your asexuality has been a weakness? Those are two fantastic questions. Look, all my college friends memed One Punch for months on, and so I can't watch it. That's totally fair, and I was definitely a member of a friend group that memed One Punch Man all the way. And I'm still interested in watching it because I want to understand. But yeah, answering these two really good questions. In what ways do you feel your asexuality has given you strength? Just the peace of mind of like finally knowing that my mindset isn't weird and that I'm not broken. You know? Like the moment I looked up this definition is the moment that it clicked with me, is the moment that that my entire life really made sense. I know it sounds really fucking cliche, but it's true. Like every single attempt at a relationship that I had had up to that point was explained when I read the definition for asexuality. So just peace of mind is the biggest strength that has come with it. And like I haven't had much of an opportunity to explore it since then in terms of like IRL relationship type stuff. But I feel like even in my online spaces, I feel like I've had like a kind of a weight off my shoulders, because I felt like I was still hiding a piece of myself, even though I didn't really talk about my personal life in any way on the internet. When I discovered that about myself, and when I started like discovering it and talking about it, I still felt a weight off my shoulders. I couldn't explain it at the time. I didn't know what it was at the time, but I think it was just it was peace of mind and getting to know myself. I say that was the biggest strength. And what ways do you feel your asexuality has been a weakness? We touched on this earlier, but dating, absolutely dating. Um, Recently, like within the last week, I had a very quick phase of like I want to be open and honest about this on my profiles, but I feel like it's not a lot of people understand exactly what asexuality is. They don't understand that there are many different forms of it, and so they just see the word asexual and they go straight to, oh, they don't want to fuck ever. And I guess in a way that's true for me. Like there are things I would rather be like I'm a gamer. I would rather be gaming, but if somebody that I really care about wants to do it, then yeah, I'll do it. I don't but I feel like that might be too in the way for people, you know? If that makes sense. Like I feel like even that instance is too much for people to want to try out and see how things work. If that makes any sense. Danger Zone. Oh, real quick. It's 2022 and the top movie is Top Gun. What the hell is happening? Anyway, but yeah, uh, dating has been made pretty difficult by by being ace. Um, yeah, as much as I want to be open about it, I feel like it's just one of those like I don't understand what this is, so I'm just gonna left swipe and I don't have to deal with it. And believe it or not, I'm usually not the type of person to find myself in like situations where I like get to know where someone like gets to know me well enough and then wants to be like, "Hey, do you want to go grab a drink or something to eat sometime?" That's not me. That's not a situation I find myself in very often. So I haven't had very many opportunities to explain to someone exactly what I feel this is or like where my place in it is. It's just they see this thing about me and they're intimidated or sex just means that much to them and that's perfectly okay too. And they move on. So yes, dating is the weakness. I'm gonna update this form here. There we go. Uh the beanie in your mirror store looks amazing. Oh, thank you. I'm very proud of it. I'm still so proud of that logo that I made. Like the little cube, like the even square logo with the 3x3. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of it. I don't know if LK is still here, but LK can attest that I was just DMing them in the early hours of the morning trying to get this logo right because it just came to me one day and I wanted to see it through and I'm very proud with the end result that I got to with advice from LK. I love it very much. Um Moving on to the next question here. Oh,
month.
Orchid. Orchid, you're too kind. Oh, you're so kind. Orchid, thank you so much for gifting another $5 month long and for showing Skelety how it feels to live the sub way. I appreciate you so much, friend. Stop. You're too kind to me. You really are. Next question here. Please don't answer if too personal. Did you figure out you're asexual before having any sexual intercourse? Or were there times after intercourse you were questioning? Um, I definitely did not know beforehand. I didn't I didn't really know um what this was until about a year ago. Um yeah, I'll uh not all asexuals are virgins. I am not a virgin. Um I had absolutely zero idea that that anything like that, like what I was feeling, was even possible before my first sexual interaction. I was the type who, like, I never had many opportunities. I'll say that I didn't have very many opportunities, and you know what? I'll just give you the number. I lost mine at 19. I was 19 when I lost mine, and so I spent my most formative years just like wondering, just like my most formative years was spent like really angsty about how I hadn't, like, how I like didn't know what it was like, and I wanted to know what it was like. So I spent a very long time, like, before my first sexual interaction, like I wanted to try it out because that's what our society is. Like, our society leads you to our society convinces you that sex is one of the most important thing, if not the most important thing that you will ever do in your life. You know? Sex is just so fucking hyped up in our society, dare I say overhyped. Um so before I lost mine, I was very eager to, and I wanted to, and I really wanted to enjoy it. Um, I never really started questioning until it wasn't before, it wasn't after, it was during. And that goes back to the is everything okay stuff. Like, I realized very, very quickly that as I was in those moments, I noticed that the physical sensation itself was doing nothing for me. Like, it doesn't feel bad to me, but it doesn't feel good either. And so, and when it doesn't really feel good, then you're not really showing any signs that you're having a good time. And that is why my partners have always asked me if everything is okay, because I'm not really like expressive about any good feelings that I'm having because I'm not really having any good feelings physically. Um, yeah, so I never really started questioning until during, and then obviously the after of like digesting the moment when my partner says that fateful phrase, is everything okay? That's when I question even more because I'm not distracted by like being in being in the moment and trying to please somebody, that's when I'm the most available to like be in my thoughts about it, and uh that's when the crisis happens, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I questioned after every single interaction. I questioned after every single interaction until I read the definition for asexuality, and then my entire life made sense. It really did, and I have not questioned myself since. Well, I say I haven't questioned myself since, but you can rewind through the stream and find myself questioning that maybe I am demisexual, meaning that maybe I just need a romantic attraction before any sexual attraction can occur. Maybe that's the case, and I just haven't, like, haven't had sex with somebody that I have declared to be my girlfriend yet, and maybe that is what I need. Maybe I need the firm confirmation that I am in a relationship with this person before I experience that. That's yet to be determined. But I feel comfortable on I feel comfortable, like, if I'm not demisexual, if I am indeed just straight ace, I would feel happy about that. I would feel very comfortable with that. Gotta catch up on the chat here. I feel like it's important to note that asexuality is such a broad category that includes so many people with so many different experiences. Exactly. I feel like I should have been saying, like, I said that a lot at the top, at the very top, but I've been losing sight of reminding people that, like, asexuality is a spectrum. And I know that's usually the bit that I throw out there whenever I make a joke that has to do with asexuality, but it really is the truth. Asexuality is a spectrum. Like, just to go over some of the plots on the asexual spectrum that I personally do not identify with, but are still just as valid. There are people who are completely repulsed by sex. Like, they don't want anything to do with it. They don't want to look at it. They don't want to hear about it. They certainly don't want to do it. There are people who have even more specific scenarios than Demi, who, like, even more specific scenarios before they're able to reach sexual attraction to somebody. I'm sure there's a few that we could look up for some examples, but I personally can't relate to any of them, so I don't know. Let's see. I honestly thought people were being over dramatic about it. To be honest, yeah, yeah, that's totally fair. Still don't get the big deal on it. I don't either. I'll say I use the asexuals or virgins to my advantage in fib. Yeah, that is one thing we can throw out there. Like, we can use that misconception to our advantage in comedy games. Like, one of my favorite bits is when someone makes a blatantly sexual, like, when someone in a voice chat says something that is so, like, obviously sexual. One of my favorite bits is to just pretend to not know what it means at all. Like, I'll just what's that? What's that? Okay, can you explain that to me in detail? I'm unfamiliar. Sex is kind of overrated. Not saying it's bad or anything, but it gets a tad bit frustrating having people tell you that you're different. But I'm glad you're doing this AMA. It means the world to me. Aw, Orchid, thank you so much for saying that. And yeah, that's exactly where I am with it too. I will reference back to something else we were talking about earlier in the VOD. Um, one of the I'll call it a purple flag. One of the purple flags that was raised that I really should have noticed at the time, but I didn't really know what asexuality was. One of my big purple flags was whenever I hear people talking about, like, people who cheat on their partners or their spouses, like, most of 99% of the time the motivating factor is sex. Like, they're cheating on their partner so that they can have sex. And my first thought whenever I hear those stories is like, really? You're going through all the trouble for that? Like, you're willing to put everything about your life on the line right now to fuck? That's what I don't understand. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely feel that, Orchid. Yeah, it feels like a job to do rather than a fun bedroom activity. Exactly. Yes. It feels like a job. It feels like I mean, for me, it mainly it feels like a job because, like, the lack of physical like like the lack of physical feeling for me is the first noticeable thing, and when I noticed that there's no physical stimulation for me, that is when I become hyper aware that it feels more like a job for me. Like I am there so that the person I am with can have as good a time as they possibly can. That is the only thing that I can achieve in this moment. Is this what this one? Oh, yo, I am so cracked at this game. You kidding me? Look at that. Wow, I impressed myself with that one. But yeah, pretty much. It feels like a job to me, and, like, I'm not repulsed. but I would rather be doing many other things. Um, Probably sex neutral with a more defined no sex. Yeah, there you go. I had sex and I've never had sex and everyone said I had it. Can I steal that? Hey, uneasy. If you're still watching, just mute this next part for like 10 seconds. Can I steal that for the enough about you? Can I steal that for the fibbage? I'm gonna use that and I'm gonna have people. I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have people guess that because I want to see what they say. Um, I had the realization in hindsight of Demi by how lengthy the interactions lasted before and after a connection happened. Didn't understand it at the time though. Yeah, that's the one thing. It's like the vast majority of us have these feelings that are like blatantly like Ace or Demi, but we have no idea exactly what it means because like as I said before, asexuality is like it's being talked about more, but it still remains one of the least talked about um acronyms. No, one of the least talked about identities within the acronym from what I've noticed over the last year. Yeah, just from what I've noticed over the last 1 year of identifying as it is. No, that's not what I want to do. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do in game. Oh, I know what I want to do in game. There we go. Got it. Steal it. All right, I'm done. Doing it. Doing it. Doing it. Doing it. One friend, I had sex with my girlfriend. We were in ninth grade, by the way. Me, I will smack your butt if you leave them. If you leave them if she's pregnant. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I don't understand cheaters whatsoever. I don't. I really just don't. If things are going, Orchid, Orchid, thank you for the 500 bits. I don't know how long you'll be going, but I'm genuinely intrigued by this conversation. I'll keep it on the background. Oh, thank you so much. I don't know how long we'll be going either, if I'm being completely honest. Let's see. I'm glad to hear about all. Glad to hear all about different sexualities. I always get so confused as there are so many more out there since when I was young and it was gay, straight, or bi. Yeah, yeah. Seriously, like there. I mean, when I was growing up in high school, I only knew about like gay or straight. That, as far as I was concerned, was the LGBTQ plus community. Was, are you gay or are you not? Like I had no idea what any of the other stuff was until one of my closest friends came out as non-binary. That was the second identity that I had actually. Well, yeah, yeah. I I had friends who I later found out were gay because like not a lot of people were open in not a lot of people were open where I was growing up in our formative years. Not a lot of people were. Orchid! Oh my god! Month. Orchid! Thank you again for gifting a $5 month long and for showing Reese how to live the subway. I appreciate you so dang much. You're too kind. You're too kind. Yeah, man, looking back, high school with me was a walking asexual flag. Yeah, I should have been too. I really should have been too. Let's see. Back from your sister's birthday dinner. Ooh, happy birthday, Reese's sister. It's amazing to talk about asexuality. My friend's girlfriend figured out she was ace from me, and she is older than me. Exactly. It it's so refreshing to be able to like talk about how I'm feeling confidently. Like I've never in my IRL personal life, I've never really been shy to talk about this kind of stuff with my IRL friends. But that was all like before I knew what asexuality was. Like, I knew that I was different. I just didn't have. I just didn't know exactly how. I didn't know how to figure out just in what way I was different. Hi Nat. So many older adults who are finding out about asexuality, and it makes me happy that they're finding out that they aren't broken. None of us are. Exactly. None of us are broken. Absolutely none of us are broken. We are all incredibly valid. And that's one of the biggest reasons that I I tweeted out my discovery, like the way I said it earlier was I I was never in a closet, but I should have been. Like, I was too distracted to have been in a closet in the first place. Like, I was roaming around, and then like I was roaming around in the outside world, and then once I discovered that there was an asexual closet, it hit me that I should have been in there this entire time until now. Like, it, we just need to talk about it, you know? Awareness. It all comes down to awareness. Yeah. Lolo, that's one of the things that I wanted to make a goal. As soon as I discovered this about myself, I wanted to try to be as good of a spokesperson for this as I could, because I was kind of I was kind of ashamed at how long I had lived my life without really knowing anything about this, you know? Like, I want eventually I want to be I would be incredibly honored if somebody discovered this about themselves through my influence. Like, that would uh that that would be just that would be an amazing feeling. It really would. It really would. Um let's see. So, friend is very supportive of her too. Hell yeah. Just talking to other peer asexuals makes me feel so validated. Love that for all of us. I love it for all of us. My demi friend is fine and all, but we have different views on relationships still. Exactly. Exactly. Look, I was in my young 20s when I figured out, and hopefully we can hear stories of teens figuring out. Yes, we need more teens figuring out f- figuring out that they fall under this spectrum, because you know what? Especially for think about the time that my generation and the last few generations before us grew up with. We grew up with stuff like we grew up with films like American Pie. We grew up with stuff like Superbad. We grew up with like not another teen movie. Like, we had so many pieces of like mainstream entertainment that like drilled it into our heads that a teenager's quality of life is dictated by how how early they're having sex and how much sex they're having. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's a form of peer pressure. The more sexually driven stuff we have, the more pressure we feel to be living that way, and the more embarrassed and ashamed we are of ourselves if that's not happening, because I'll tell you right now, that was not happening for me. That didn't happen for me until I left high school. I was a miserable high schooler because I felt like I was falling behind in that sense. So, any steps that we can take away from a hypersexual, like, Hollywood, especially when it comes to, like, pubescent people, is a step in the right direction. And I feel like we're moving towards that with all of the pride celebrations and how like widespread the information about all sorts of different identities within the acronym are now. I feel like we're moving closer and closer away. Well, no, we're moving farther and farther away from the days of you gotta fuck, you gotta fuck, you gotta fuck now. It's like you gotta fuck now, you gotta fuck often. It's like no, you don't. You don't. Figured out I was ace at 17. I am so jealous. I wish I knew what it was at your age. Well, I'm not saying that that's your age now. I shouldn't assume that that's your age now. Please do not tell me that's a TOS liability. Do not tell me your age. Do not tell me your age. For TOS reasons, do not tell me your age. Um, I wish I had known that about myself at that age. I would have been able to be myself for my final year or years of high school. I feel like I would have could have finally given people a chance to understand me. That would have been really fun. Oh, okay. That's not what I want to do there. Let's see. See what I can catch up and chat with here. Fun fact: I've known I've been ace for a while. You're the first ace I've like ever actually ran into naturally, and it's got me talking about it more openly. So, aw, Tech, Tech, stop. That's so sweet. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm I'm honored that I can be that for you, and I'm really proud. Most importantly, I'm proud of you for being able to openly be yourself. Like, honestly, that's what we're all striving for here, and the fact that I had a hand in that just it's unbelievable to me, and I'm honored and I'm proud of you. So thank you for sharing that. See you better than me. We grew up with such pure sexual drive movies. Yeah, it's gross. It's really gross. A poetry major and a ton of my work revolves around identity. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, that had to have had a hand in you discovering that about yourself for sure. Um, see, I feel like this Twilight. I was Team Switzerland mostly because I didn't like Edward or Jacob. Even then, when I was like, I guess Edward. Hunger Games Team Peeta because I felt like there was something meant for a relationship. Gale, I thought he was just the hot dude. Divergent 4, just the hot dude again. In a D&D show I watched, Critical Role, I related to Talison's character, Caduceus, so much. And then he revealed it was Airways. And I was like, wait, it wasn't obvious? Like, for me as an asexual, it was spelled out plain as day. There you go. I still haven't watched any amount of Critical Role because there's just so much. There was so much Critical Role already when I heard about it, and it was intimidating. And it has intimidated me. What the fuck do I do here? Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm gonna memorize this path. Okay. There we go. Now it's a star. Hell yeah. All people want to relate to pop culture stuff, but we as aces didn't relate the same way as others. The world just This feels so overly sexual. It's frustrating. Exactly. It is so incredibly frustrating for people to convey like just how like sex is not as important as you think. Sex is not nearly as important as you think, and I'm not just saying that as somebody who thinks that it doesn't feel that good. Uh, it's just when media has been historically just like shoving straight sexual activity down our throats this entire time, it can feel very difficult to relate to stuff like that. Like, even like whenever I was watching any movie with anybody and there was any sort of sex scene, I got I still to this day I get so incredibly awkward in those moments. Like, no matter who I'm watching it with, I would rather be anywhere else doing anything else than watching a sex scene of a Hollywood movie with whoever. I don't want to be doing that. Like, no, 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 no. Like, I'm realizing now that even if it's happening and I'm watching it by myself, I will look away. Wow. Huh. Okay. That's something I'm learning about myself. It's like, yeah, I that's not what I want to see in a movie. It's fine. I think it's because it's been so like aggressively like emphasized as like, hey, like Hollywood gives you the vibe of like, hey, if you're not having sex, then you're not having a good life. And that's gross. I don't want to think like that. No, 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 no. You can jump on campaign 3. It just started like 26 episodes in, and you don't need the previous campaigns. Oh, okay. I might. How long are the episodes? Because I'm pretty sure the episodes are like 4 hours long, right? It's like 26 episodes for 4 hours or something like that. I don't know. How how asexuals don't feel shown in media. Oh, okay, so it's not me. How my mom used to cover my eyes. See, I feel like that's different because like, oh wait, oh yeah, I was a young child. Me was like, mom was just sex. Yeah, yeah, that's part of it. Like, as a young child, I was like, okay, that's happening now. Like, I didn't get horny over it. I just like I looked at the screen and I was like, oh, that's what sex is. We watched that female spy movie recently. Me and my mom, and the male did slept with the female lead and then died for. Oh my god, what? What? Female spy movie? Like, we're talking Ocean's 8? We're talking Ocean's 8 or whatever it was, whichever one it was. I don't know. We're talking about D&D podcast. Yeah, we mentioned Critical Role. When we had a brief discussion of Ace and Arrow representation in media, and apparently, uh, I was just informed of a character in Critical Role who identifies as Arrow Ace. And that's fun. It's really fun. Uh, there we go. That's the next step: is more representation in media. I watched season 1 of BoJack Horseman, but I was tipped off about a plot line of a future season that revealed that involved an asexual character, and I'm very intrigued to watch the rest of that show now because I'm curious about it. There we go. Not Ocean's 8. It was the 577 or something. It's bad. All right, never mind. I don't want to see it anymore. If it's a bad movie, is it a good bad movie or is it just bad? Forgot about the Ace character in that show. Yeah, I only found out about them recently. It might get me watching BoJack again. I loved season 1, but I just haven't watched it since. That was
the same story with me and Avatar for a long time. It is currently the same story with me in Stranger Things. I watched season one, I liked it, and I haven't caught up. Um, there, I want to do this one. There we go. Sweet. I don't know if any of y'all read much, but Alice Oseman is an ace author. Has a book called Loveless about ace discovery and acceptance. Alice also wrote Heartstopper, which is on Netflix now. Oh, awesome! Heart Heartstopper is the Heartstopper is is the gay romance show, right? Is the I think it's like a teen gay romantic romantic drama, I believe. If I remember correctly, it's not like an ace show. Yeah, based on a webcomic. All right, sweet. Loveless by Alice Oseman. Let's see. Alice Oseman. Loveless. There are ace characters. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Um, let's see. Have I gone through all of the questions on the document so far? No, I have not. Okay. Um, looks like I have one more question here. You know what? This is actually a good question to cap things off on. This is a good question to wrap up everything with. Fallon. Fallon asks, "What does asexuality mean to you?" Fantastic question. Thank you, Fallon. Um, to me, asexuality means self acceptance. Um, asexuality means that you're not willing to uh, you're not willing to give into like societal expectations in terms of relationships just because it's the social norm. Like you're not as willing to give into the social norm when in terms of relationships, and you're aware of the fact that that is okay. um let's see. To me, asexuality means, I guess I'm trying to go a little more introspective than the asker probably intended. Let's see. That's a tough one. It's a tough one to think of an answer just right on the spot like this, you know? It is a really great question. Asexuality means that you are confident in your own skin in a way that most people. No, that's not how I want to word that. Asexuality is. I'm struggling with how I want to word this. It is a really good song. I love this song so much. Just shortening the name and the band name. I don't know why that got me so much. Just Breaking Ben. Oh my goodness. That's really funny. Shortening Breaking Benjamin to Breaking Ben. I don't know why that was so funny to me. Um yeah, it's a hard question to answer cuz it's just us. I love the way you put it, Lolo. Um, like it's a hard question to answer because this is the way that we've felt our entire lives, and we have really no direct correlation to compare it to. You know, it's I guess in a way, asexuality means that you're living your best life, and yeah, it absolutely varies from person to person. Absolutely varies from person to person. Yeah. Asexuality means that I am not a broken person. Asexuality to me means that I can have my preferences and that I'm not broken. That I think that's the best way that I can find to describe it in this moment. I would need to really sit down with this question and come up with an answer that I'm like 100% comfortable repeating every time I get asked this question. But I think like my first instinct is to say that asexuality means that I'm not broken, I'm not weird, I am valid, and I am accepted. How I would describe is different than Lolo and Ross. Exactly. Yeah, for Lolo, it's personal love and acceptance. For Hikari, it's understanding that I don't want sex and love you as you and who you are. I might not show it conventionally, but I do love you. Exactly. Yeah. In that in that sense, like asexuality to me personally, means like I like I want to I gain my satisfaction from being with somebody and like caring about somebody and doing thing and hanging out with somebody and loving somebody. And I can do without the physical stuff. Like the physical aspect is can go either way for me. I wouldn't I wouldn't bat an eye if I were never to do it again, but at the same time I don't hate it. And that's okay. Um I think I want to go this way. This um yeah. More than anything else, asexuality is self-acceptance and self-confidence and self-assertiveness, like knowing what you want and knowing what you don't want, you know? As they sit in the same room as someone and just gave exactly. That's what it is. That's what it is. I like if you are a asexual person, then you can imagine the satisfactory feeling that you get when you're in the heat of a sexual moment, right? You have those dopamines going off in your head. You have those things going through your mind where like those are the moments where you're like this is when I'm connecting with this person. I love this person. I feel that exact feeling when I'm watching Netflix with someone or when I'm gaming with someone or when I'm driving around with someone. Like that. Yeah, love your different. Thank you. I need to sit down with this question. I need to like really hash it out. But that's where my mind went to first. Um, is that all of the responses that I have up until now? Yes, it is. And we're getting close to the 3 hour mark. I was expecting this to be like 2 hours. it's a good question, but a difficult question, and one that I would like to revisit when I'm more confident in my answer about it for sure. But yeah, I think that's where I'd like to wrap things up. I think that's a good place to wrap things up. So, um, to everyone who hopped in and participated, I I love y'all very much. To those who also identify and participated, you are valid. We love you. Yes, spread that pride. Um, I really hope that there are people here who have at least a little bit better of an understanding um, as to who we are and how we operate, and and uh, and just our fight for acceptance, because our fight for acceptance is it like we're fighting for acceptance in a lot of similar ways that other identities within the acronym are. And and yeah, the first step in that is education. And that's become one of my big goals since my discoveries. Like, I want to be a voice for this. I want to help people understand us a little bit better. And I hope I achieve that tonight. Asexuality is self-assertiveness. There you go. Aww. Hmm. Happy to have been able to talk other aces just relate. Yeah. So nice to meet everyone. Tend to live. Thanks for being welcoming. Oh my god, of course, Skeleton. You are so welcome. You are always welcome. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. And this is a really good way of celebrating Pride Month. For the first time, I think. This is the first time I've really been able to celebrate Pride Month because I wasn't really like 100% comfortable with the label during Pride Month last year. But yeah, if y'all have any questions about it at any time, like in the middle of any stream, like feel free to put to like chat about it whenever you have a question. I'm I'll be very open to answering it and helping out. But for now, I think it's time that we look for someone to raid, and I think it would be fun to search for that person using the asexual tag. Let's see. This is something I've never done before. Thank you, Skeleton. Let's see here. Who can we send y'all over to? You know what? I'm gonna come up with our raid call for tonight. There we go. It's gonna be a different one than usual. Let's go ahead. Let's use this as our raid call. Let's do an Ace Pride raid. Go ahead and copy and paste that. Everyone, yeah. Thank you everyone for hanging out, asking questions, and vibing. Yes, I was admittedly pretty nervous about the vibes going into this, but I'm very glad that they turned out to to be the way that they were. I'm very happy with how this went, and I can't help but thank you all. You know what? Ooh, this would be a fun raid. So, there's someone actually. Should we go with someone with less viewers? I think we should. Let's help someone out while we're here. Let's see. I want to. You know what? I know who we're gonna go to. We're gonna. I'm gonna send y'all over to. I'm gonna send y'all over to an ace streamer by the name of UU__live. They are playing Valorant right now, one of my absolute favorite games to play, and a game that I hope to be playing more often on this channel. They currently have a goal to hit 400 followers before TwitchCon Amsterdam, and they are sitting just over 350. So I think we can go help them with that. I think it would be really fun. So, let's do it this way. There we go. Let's get that raid started. Once again, copy and paste that raid call. I love y'all very much. I will see you on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be playing some Fall Guys and then doing whatever. And then we're going to be celebrating a good friend's birthday for a little bit. And then after that Friday stream, I'll be taking a few days off. I'll be traveling with my family for Saturday. And then when I come back on Sunday, I'm going to be spending Sunday and Monday getting my streaming setup out of this apartment and back into my parents' place. That's what I'm going to be doing all day Sunday and all day Monday, is setting up my stream setup in that space. So this Friday will be my final stream from my current living space. I'll have the webcam on and everything so y'all can see it one last time. It should be really fun, and I hope to see you then. Bye.